28 June 1914, a high school student assassinated the Austro-Hungarian prince. Due to this event, a war was triggered, a war which lasted 4 years and caused 20 million deaths. This war is called World War I, which caused many ancient empires to come to an end. Isn't this seem sensational that one incident ended as such as the World War ended? What if we had a time machine to go back in the time and stop that assassination? Then the war would have never happened. The reality isn't that simple, my friend. Let's break down the World War I today. In 1914, the Europe map looked like this. Not like the old map of Europe. At that time, Austro-Hungarian Empire existed, which is today's Austria and Hungary, which was much larger than today's Austria and Hungary. Germany was a quite big empire at that time. Poland didn't existed, and Ottoman Empire was also a great power. Russia as Russian Empire and Turkey as Ottoman Empire. And the United Kingdom and France. At that time, the Europe was monarchy. That means that only royal system was used back then. There were 3 democracies in the Europe: San Marino, France, and Switzerland. In Eastern Europe, some countries like Austria, Bosnia, Serbia, and Romania, Bulgaria were called the Balkan countries. These were under the Ottoman rule, under the Ottoman Empire. Keep them in mind, they are important for our story. In 1878, the Russians were having war with Ottoman Empire. They were supporting the Balkan countries to get separate. As a result, the Treaty of Berlin 1878 was signed. Austro-Hungarian Empire were administrating the Balkan country Bosnia-Herzegovina. Temporarily, not permanent, it will remain a part of Ottoman Empire. But in October 1908, the Austro-Hungarian Empire invaded the Bosnia-Herzegovina. And political cartoon in which you can see that Ottoman Sultan is feeling helpless while folding his hand, and on the other hand we can see that the Prince of Austro-Hungarian Empire, Franz Joseph, is ripping the map of Bosnia-Herzegovina. At that time, the Istanbul was having some internal problems. That's why they lost the Bosnia-Herzegovina area. The country of Bosnia remained 400 years under the Ottoman Empire. They weren't independent. The people of Bosnia weren't happy. They remained 400 years under one empire rule, and now they were going under another empire. So they were not kinda happy. The people of Serbia were supporting them because they have some ethnic connection between them. From ethnic connection, you have to understand the ethnic of Slavic. The people of Bosnia are also Slavic, and Serbia are also Slavic. The people who live in Eastern Europe are mostly Slavic. Because of this, they have the ethnic connection between them. The Serbia was supporting the Bosnia-Herzegovina to get independent, and they were against the invasion of Austro-Hungarian Empire. Before the invasion, the foreign minister of Austro-Hungarian Empire talked to the foreign minister of Russia. They were making them alert that they are gonna invade the Bosnia-Herzegovina, so the Russia doesn't have any kind of objections. Russia was agreed at that, but they had something other on their mind. See this map. This is the Black Sea with the Sea of Miramar in the south. This line joins the 2 divides of Istanbul. The deal was that Russia wanted to invade this. They would agree to the Austro invasion on Bosnia. In return, they wanted no objection from Austro-Hungarian Empire on Istanbul invasion. It was a very good deal. But between that, a problem occurred. In Russia, there were many Slavic people living there. They started to protest because their brothers were living in Bosnia. They didn't wanted them to be under another rule. So they protested, and the Russia took a step back. But the Bosnia was invaded by the Austro-Hungarian. Russian Empire was already weak. So the foreign minister of the Russia started supporting this Serbia. Along with the secret agreement, this was not acceptable by Austro-Hungarian Empire. At that time, the Austro-Hungarian kept silent, but they would not remain silent anymore. In 1909, they asked Germany that if they invaded Serbia and Russia came in their help, so will Germany support them? And the answer was yes from the Germans. When the Russian Empire came to know that now Austro-Hungarian Empire is planning to invade Serbia, they asked France for the help, that if Russia go to fight with Austro-Hungarian Empire and Germany, so will France support them? France didn't agree on that, because France said that they have no interference in this matter. At the matter of time, Russia kept silent. But then comes the assassination of Prince Ferdinand. Bosnia was occupied, but the people of Bosnia weren't accepting that. They wanted independence. A young revolutionary group of some high school student, which started as a name of Young Bosnia. They made a group. Their main target was to get independence, and along that get united with Serbia and make a South Slavic nation, a country named Yugoslavia. Spoiler alert, which was formed, but again it was broken apart. Now going back to the assassination day, 28th June 1914. The King Ferdinand with his wife Sophie was on the territory of Bosnia. He was there to visit and meet the mayor of the Bosnia. He got into the territory. 6 revolutionary boys of the Young Bosnia group, 6 revolutionary boys made a plan to assassinate the prince. Around 10 a.m., the Prince of Bosnia entered the territory of Bosnia. One of the revolutionary, Karbonovic, threw a bomb on the car. It bounced off and injured 20 people. And the Prince of Bosnia contacted the mayor and said that we came to your city and were greeted by a bomb. Then he went to the hospital to meet the injured people. But in the way, they took a wrong turn. And then they realized that they have came 5 feet away from a revolutionary. A 19-year-old schoolboy, Gavrilo Princip, he shooted the prince, assassinated them. He was arrested at the spot, but he was 2 years short to get a death sentence. He was 20 years sentenced in the prison. During the trial, he said that they wanted to make a united nation, Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia means that a country of South, a Slavic nation. The king of Austro-Hungary was so enraged by this act that he declared war against the Serbia. Russia came in the support of Serbia, and the Germany got alerted. Then France took a step towards Russia and started supporting them. At that time, Austro-Hungarian and Germany were friends. Russia were supporting Serbia. This chain is called chain of friendship. You can see an interesting cartoon that is describing the situation at that time. Italy had agreement with Austro-Hungarians that they will support them in war, but this was not a war. They were not being attacked. They were attacking Serbia. So Italy took their step. Because the Russians were enemy of Ottomans, so the Ottomans also supported Austro-Hungarian in the invasion of Serbia. At that time, United Kingdom get involved because they had a treaty signed that called the Treaty of Entente. By this, the Great War started, in which many countries got involved and started a fight. The countries like USA, Japan, and also got involved after that. The countries like India that were in invasion of United Kingdom also were in support of Russia and Serbia because they were in British rule. Because the United Kingdom wanted soldiers, so they got the soldiers from India. All the people wanted the power at that time. All the countries of Europe and all around the world were monarchies, which means that they were ruled by a royal family. Imperialism and capitalism, you want a great military. At that time, the greatest navy was held by United Kingdom. The 6 great powers, France, Germany, United Kingdom, Russia, Italy, they were the countries. They had a budget of 94 million pounds of military. 1870s, it was increased by 4 times in 1914. All this arises a question. Why were they willing to fight? One word: power, money. At that time, all the countries were monarchies and they were ruled by only a single person. The single person think that the people were puppets and he only wanted the power and loot other countries. It's called imperialism and further converted to capitalism, like East India Company. What the East India Company did to India, it looted it. Famous capitalist Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Company, said, famous dialogue about war and capitalism. You want to know what is the cause of war? It is capitalism and greed. If you want to stop the war, sweep capitalism from the earth. Many poets were used by the kings of the countries to write the poems about military and use the poor people who were unemployed so they can develop a sense of patriotism for the country and fight for the country. In Russia, Germany sent 1,000 people to fight there. In Russia, 200 people were killed due to the failed command, but it was shown as patriotism and heroism that the 200 people gave their life for it. Many treaties were signed between the countries. Many things were going on, but the poor people were only used by writing poems. Some people were against that. A propaganda was totally being played. The propaganda was by the media. The media was making the people think that it is patriotism to fight. Image of a soldier was made, that a soldier is a hero, a disciplined person. Everybody should respect a soldier. Due to this, many soldiers were killed. The most important case where the people didn't want it to fight is the Christmas truce. In 1914, when the event of Christmas came near, the Britain soldiers were against Germany soldiers. The commander said to them to go back and start the war. When they rejected that they will start the war, they were punished and they were fined. Some of them were killed. That's what happened. They were forced because they were totally unemployed and jobless people. This fight was due to power and greediness in the world. Some poets were against the poets that were writing the poems for coming into the army and being a soldier and fighting. They were talking about what a soldier suffers in his life. Blood cuffing and each and everything. Because the normal people were totally forced into this, the World War I happened. And this was how the World War I started. If you want to see a video of complete World War II, like and subscribe. Thank you. Take care and bye.